Hey everybody, Lorelia here. So today I'm going to go over the universal basic income and automation of labor. So apparently I did a video the other day about universal basic income and how I, saw a video on YouTube with the Breakfast Club. And the Yangites, I'm going to call them the Yangites, they came for me. They came for me. They were mad. They told me I needed to do more research. They gave me links to videos. And you know what? I said, you know what? They have a valid point. What I may have saw on the Breakfast Club may have just been one view of this whole presidential platform that he is building. So I watched the videos, the links that people gave me, did a little research on him, found out he's a social entrepreneur. But let me just go over why what he says does not appeal to me. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't appeal to a group of individuals in this country, and I'm going to go over that, why it appeals to those individuals and why what he is proposing will possibly not happen. And to me, it's just a case of him creating really a smoke and mirror to get votes. And so I saw the first one that I saw was when he was at that Southeast South X, that big old conference that goes on in Texas. Okay, so my I don't have much battery power, so I got to make this fast. And so the first about 7 to 10 minutes, he goes over his background. He goes over about him having a high-paying job, him becoming a social entrepreneur. And when he decided to become this social entrepreneur, he reached out to his rich friends. So I want you to think for a second. Reached out to his rich friends. Now, I can pretty much bet you that the individuals who are rooting for the universal basic income, the additional $1,000 that Americans would get that won't be taxable, I bet you they do not have any rich friends to reach out to. I could pretty much guarantee you that. And so I say all this to say, he goes into a lot of fear tactics with a few of the videos that I've seen about AI, artificial intelligence, what we have to do, or what he's going to do as this new political candidate to really stop this from happening. Now, I personally don't think that like I said, it's my opinion, I don't think no one person is going to have that power. Why is because when you really do the research on AI, artificial intelligence, and what is currently happening, the government is pumping so much research and money into that space. That's from the door. So you mean to tell me when he becomes president, he's going to stop all this research that is occurring? Like, it's no longer going to happen. And see, let me just go into, like I said, his message appeals to those who are looking for the middle class to come back. We all know that the middle class is decimating. Eventually, it will not be a middle class. And it won't be a middle class, and that and then as time goes on, as the future begins to happen, it will be a thing of the past. And so let me understand this. This one man is going to stop industries from creating. I'm just trying to really digest and I really trying to figure out, do people really believe this? Like, do people really believe that this one man is going to stop the creation of AI, stop companies from putting more research into AI, and that some way or the other he is going to bring industries that are decimating back? Now, history have shown, let's just look at history. When the agricultural age was beginning to end and the industrial age was coming to play in the beginning of the 20th century, imagine those individuals who were saying, we can't kill off the agricultural age. Remember how they used to call cars when they came, when many of the Fords or what have you, and of course history has shown there were other people who created cars, and they were talking about, they used to call cars the electric horse. And so not only was the industrial age being created, we also began to create machinery that was doing away with the old machinery that we had. Because in the agricultural age, we had machinery that was used by animals. And as the industrial age started to come into play and happening, we had we were doing away with animals and we were creating machines. So there was not nobody who was able to stop this creation of industry. Now, once again, we saw this happening with the information age, where the industrial age is over with. Many people will sit here and tell you that their grandparents and their great grandparents left, certain areas of the country, went to other places in the country where the industrial age was booming, and they were able to get a piece of the pie, and they were able to raise their children, stay at a job for X amount of years, and invest in, and not invest, and then the job gave them a pension, and things were happy ever after. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Well, that's never coming back. That's never coming back. Because what happened, the information age has really disrupted the industrial age. And so the information age is now morphing into something bigger, where they are finally putting the nail in the coffin of the industrial age. Like, it will totally be gone. This new movement of AI and artificial intelligence will finally put the nail in the coffin. It will be a thing of the past. It will be something that you will only read in history books. Your children will read about it in history books. Their children will read about it in history books. It will be gone. This is the final draw. It is over. Companies are going overseas. It will not take place in this country. Like, Andrew Yang is not going to create or bring back an industry that is decimating and that is going away. He's just not doing it. And it's sad that there are people who are banking on that. I don't want to make a mockery of those who are really looking forward to the $1,000. Many people have left comments on the other videos, like, you couldn't imagine what an extra $1,000 could do to my household. And see, that is what I'm talking about. The education system is mirrored to the industrial age. And so you still have your children who don't question nothing, who just go along with the flow like sheeple, because that's how the, you know, you got to think about that. That's how the industrial age, when you read the history on it, was to just create automation where people didn't ask questions, what have you, of individuals. And so the education system was created just for that you will condition people to be in school for 12 years, possibly 13 if you throw in kindergarten, whereas you condition them to ask no questions, just go with the flow, and see what happens with a person like that is that they do not see that change has occurred. So now we have an industry that is gone. Like AI will put the nail in the coffin to the industrial age. But we have an educational system that is still mirrored to the information age. And that is why you have people who are really banking on the $1,000 that Andrew Yang is promising you all. Because what is he telling you all? That he's going to bring jobs back. And so now people will have hope in, oh, now I can still take part in the have a job for X amount of years, save for the rainy day, put some money together for retirement. And none of that's a thing of the past. That's the thing of and what is now, we live now in what is called the U economy, which means that if you're fortunate to have a job and you have somebody who employs you, that is all good. But you also have to have other means of bringing in an income, because unfortunately jobs don't want you anyway. They're not looking for you to stay for the long haul. They're not looking for you to stay 30 or 40 years. You know, they're not looking to put money, creating pension funds. That thing is over. A lot of the companies now that have pension funds, they're trying to do away with them. Why? Because it's a liability on their balance sheet. It's a liability. I used to be an auditor for Deloitte and Touche, and we used to have to calculate that. The amount of employees, the years of service. We had to go to the actuarial department. And then companies ain't doing it. And then what happens is then they got to insert that big liability onto their balance sheet along with in the notes to the SEC documents, because if it was a publicly traded company, and then you had to put a note in it. Ain't no companies doing that. Like, do you really think Andrew Yang is really going to stop the next Amazon? People didn't even see Amazon coming. Imagine if you said 15 years ago we would be buying household items. I mean, you name it. You can get anything off of Amazon. I mean, no one saw it coming. And so what I'm saying is there's going to be other, companies like Amazon that you're not going to see it coming. So you mean to tell me Andrew Yang is going to have his finger on the pulse of all these companies, and then if it happens, he's going to decimate them? So my point is this, question everything. Question everything. Don't just go with the flow. Like I said, Andrew Yang, his message doesn't appeal to me. And why? Because I'm an advocate of producing income for myself and for my family. I'm not going to be sitting around with a, hoping that a presidential hopeful will add an additional $1,000 into my household. I'm not banking on that. And so the purpose of this video is just to say that his message doesn't really appeal to me. It doesn't appeal to me. And so, but I understand there are people that he may appeal to, but unfortunately, it's just not me. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off. Like I said, I know the Yangites. I call them Yangites. So it's going to come for me. They're going to leave comments. And they may send some more links. And I'm interested in looking and watching. But if you are someone who doesn't want to look forward to the $1,000 income that's coming, you're into producing your own income, there's a ton of content here on this channel where I talk about that. Producing your own income, understanding how the economy works in this in this country, and how you could be a participant of this economy to win, not to lose, because you can be a participant and you'll be losing. But that's what's on this channel, because I understand that once I did this video, the last one, I had a lot of people who come to my video, to my channel, that may not know what this channel is about. So this is not a scarcity channel. This is not a channel where, I'm banking on Andrew Yang to become president because I would love to get my $1,000. It's not here. But what is here is that if you're looking to create your own income and produce your own income and not have to bank on any presidential hopefuls, you will find it here. The links will be below this video. Please subscribe, comment, share. Let me know your thoughts. Looking forward to more content, I guess, that you are going to share with me about Andrew Yang. And until the next video, I will talk to you then.